The still partially paralyzed Kaia Sealy has been arrested and granted a $700,000 bail following her arrival at the Piarco International Airport early Wednesday morning. The charges: unlawfully killing her partner Joshua Samaroo, manslaughter, shooting at 3 police officers with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, possession of a Glock pistol and 2 rounds of ammunition, possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life, and discharging a firearm within 40 meters of a public road. The prosecution now entails 30 witnesses and 42 witness statements, alongside a series of medical and forensic analysis reports. Although reprehensible, these charges come as no surprise to the population as the police continue to intimidate the lone survivor of the killing. 5 months after the brutal execution, the public has yet to receive any clear explanation as to why police were pursuing Joshua and Kaia in the first place. Yet we are expected to believe that the charges placed against Kaia are just. The ongoing protests clearly show excessive and unnecessary police presence, which attempt to silence very valid critiques of the current administration. Even the assembly of lawful protesters, often dismissively labelled as pests by online trolls, was apparently deemed prejudicial for public safety, prompting authorities to disperse those in attendance. Furthermore, the introduction of no protest zones, which virtually locks off the core of the capital, constitutes the final piece of the puzzle. The result? A society which demands obedience before justice. These restrictions aren't just an obvious abuse of power. They also aim to hide the truth behind the illegitimacy of the police service. If the public knew why Joshua was murdered despite raising his arms in surrender, the police would now have to be accountable for all previous murders in like fashion. Not only would this information expose the decades-long corruption within the police service, but it would also shine a light on the elite puppet masters who orchestrate the entire system. This is a risk the elite are not willing to take. Hence, the egregious charges placed on Kaia, the dissolution of peaceful protests, and the attempts to destroy Alyssa Phillips' character, including her most recent arrest at the Labor Day March. So, what can we as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago do? We must first understand the root of the systemic issues which continue to plague us. Even centuries after the abolition of slavery, we still subscribe to norms of a plantation society whereby a small class owns and controls all the political and economic power of the land. This class then utilizes armed forces to subdue the rest of the population. Sound familiar? And if we continue to not stand up against this blatant injustice by refusing the warning signs, history is bound to repeat itself. Because control doesn't always arrive with force. Oftentimes, our silence permits it.